Hello everyone, welcome in the second EEGpal tutorial video. In this video, we are going to see the functioning of tools to prepare the processing of your data. Inside of this box, EEGpal proposes you two tools to prepare your data. Those steps are not mandatory if you need it. So first of all, the export tool allows you to export your file in a different file format so you can read it by another program. The second tool will be the file cut tool, which allows to cut some part of your signal. Let's start with the export tool. The first step is to select the output file format according to those file format and to select the destination folder where you want to save your results. Then simply click on export and allow the program to process until it's written down. You can see that in your output folder, it recreates the input data structure and create file with a suffix exported. Warning, it is important to know that it will not automatically transfer the new created file in the data table. So if you want to use this file for your processing, you have to re-import them by using the import tool as we seen in the first video. Now let's talk about the file cut tool by an example. Here, for example, is my recording where the experiment is present in block with pause between blocks. And blocks are delimited by the marker 254 and 255. So basically, I want to keep the signal between those two markers and I want to remove the signal which is outside which corresponds to the pause. So we can easily perform this task by using the file cut tool. So open the windows so you see the file cut windows with a big table where you are going to specify your parameter and the output. So in my table, I'm going to specify the start point of my block. So we see that it was the trigger 254. And I can specify the end of my block either by specifying a fixed direction in seconds, so for example 60 seconds, or another trigger, which is our case. We have seen that it was the trigger 255. The suffix colon permits to specify a suffix to the output file, so for example will be cut. We have seen in our recording that there is several blocks. By default, EEGcut will generate separate file for each block, but we are interested by concatenate all those blocks into one file. To do that, we can use the option concatenate. So you activate the option and here in the command concatenate, you specify the indices of the concatenation. When you put 1, it means that it will concatenate all the blocks into one file. I can add a suffix to my output file, so for example, concatenate. I can concatenate until 3 different files. In this example, where there is 2 different experimental phases, the resting and an active task, I want to concatenate both rests into a single file and to have a separate file for the active task. So you see for the concatenation, I specify a different index, so 1 for the 2 rest and 2 for the task. And I specify different suffix and it will generate for me 2 concatenate file, 1 file with all the rest block and 1 file with all the active task. So if we come back to our current example, now I'm able to perform the processing, so I can choose in which file format I want to save. I select the folder where the output has to be right. And for the saving option, I have the possibility to save all the blocks determined by each line of the table in separate folder or in the same folder. Before to run, I can save the table if I want to use it for later used. So I can save your file cut table, and if I want to load it back in another session, you just press on load. Now we are able to run the model. So I click on run and I let the processing to be done. Now, if we look at the output directory, we have seen that he has created three concatenate files, one for each participant, where inside you can find all the different blocks which are concatenate. In the subfolder cuts, he has recorded one file for each block separately. That's conclude our tutorial about the tool for the processing.